Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me as this death dealer, and I'm just playing some Project Castaway. This is part three to my little bit of series I had going with having a great startup, and then just getting yourself like a pretty decent base to start with. I'm just tuning in and starting up from where I finished off last time. As we can see, I'm hungry and thirsty. I know the last episode, I do believe I set up some more farms, set up a whole bunch of more little pots to catch water. Got another water collector started. So literally, I am just pretty much waiting on the next rain, and then I know I will have more than sufficient enough water. I know I had upgraded my tools and also upgraded and my weapons. I did some smelting in the last episode. Sorry about that. I did some smelting in the last episode. Just trying to remember all the things that I did. Um, I think I did a lot of mining in the last episode, and got myself set up a little bit more. But as you can see, everything is looking like it's looking pretty good. I can't say there is in this episode what I'm gonna basically shoot for in this episode is next is to build a raft. I have everything I can pretty much indefinitely survive, especially as soon as I have the next rainstorm and everything is filled back up. It has been dry for a few days in the game. It usually does this in the beginning, but in other times when I've played through, after you get past those first handful of like really dry spells, it pretty much rains all the time. So I guess we'll see what happens. I know it's going to rain at some point soon. When I drink this lemongrass mix here, this should actually do some pretty good justice to my water needs. So just waiting on that to get done. I guess while I wait, I could eat a piece of meat. Or actually, I'll eat this here. Let's get that out of the way so the food part's solved. And then once the lemongrass gets done here, heating all the way up. And then you can see it says it's stagnant boiling, now fresh boiling, so now it is safe for me to drink it. So I will drink that, and that should do a pretty good number on my water needs. At least hold me over. Hopefully it'll rain soon, and that will not even be an issue. After the next rain, I don't believe I'll ever have a water issue directly. And I mean, I still have all my coconuts. So, and I did have a big old pile of coconuts over here, which I can also eat and drink with at any time. Or I could split open and use as cups as well. But I like to do the brewing cups. It helps level up your crafting skill really fast, and they become pretty handy. As you can see, if you haven't been watching my farming plots, I pretty much have them set up to where I keep the inventory at the plot. And in case I do ever need to plant something again, I believe in the last episode I also did do a lot of farming. As you see, I still have 2 plots open here. Got some ginger and potato getting ready to grow, some lemongrass already ready, and then gooseberry, some Hawaiian berries for the sticks. So basically I have a small stick kind of farm this row, and then the raspberry plant and the starfish plant, which this one's later used that I know in a craft for a pesticide. I've also got a couple bird traps here, which the seagulls will come in handy. I use the beaks for compost, and the meat to obviously cook and eat, and then the feathers can be used for arrows. So it's always good to get these going immediately if you missed my other videos and you missed me saying that. But I've already kind of have a collection of stuff here I've gotten together to build a raft with from the available resources that I've found, and then I have already done some logging to have some logs ready to go. I will obviously need to go grab a few things in the course of the build, but I can get it started. So basically, we're building a raft today, or at least something to start with to get us off this island. Get us so that we can start exploring the other islands, collecting the other artifacts. So we're going to go right about here. And I only got one set of barrels. And just go ahead and get them in there and just start putting it together here. Alright, so now we have something to start with. Then I have 2 tire bases. So let's just put those on either side there. And of course, I'm just building this little bits at a time here. Because I hate when I plan out a whole bunch of stuff, I hit the wrong button, and then I end up losing everything. And plus my character is exhausted right now, so just really doing anything right now is kind of strenuous on him. As you can see, my stamina is just taking forever to regenerate. Okay, so put that there. And it knocked me off the boat doing it, but I think I got it where I wanted it. Yes, I did. Alright, so then I have this little walkway back. And then what I essentially end up going to do with this raft is I will build it at least it'll be 3 wide for a minute here. And then I'll have 1 piece go back on each side. And then I'll eventually make it 5 wide. So it'll be 5 across, 5 across. And then there'll be an open spot right here because I'll put my rudder. And then I'll have 2 on this side. And then it'll go back 2. And then I'll have 2 on this side. And then it'll go back 2. And then I'll have my large drop boxes on the back here. And like my water collector and stuff like that on these back wings. So as I'm sailing, I don't have to look through all that. But I do have a very large I will have, you know, a very decent platform where I can put stuff like my bed up here or stuff that's not really hard to see through that you want to carry with you. You know, and that would say building a bigger, more economy kind of sized raft. So it just depends on how big of a raft you want to build. So I know I need a rudder. And it's apparently not going to let me put it on there. That might be a problem. Let's try doing a little something like this. Move it around. Try a whole different approach at it. I really want my rudder back there. But it wants to do one side or the other. Can't do in the middle for some reason. That's kind of strange. You know, if I push the whole works into the water. Huh. Kind of got this thing beached a little bit. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. I think it has its own direction it wants to go, and it's not going to let me do what I want to do. Okay. We can do this. I guess I'm just going to kind of build it the opposite way I wanted then. Okay, so then this will be technically down the middle of my raft in the long run here. And then this side's already built. And then I want to build some more of this front, and then down this side, I want to build out 2 this way. So it didn't really lay out the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. Still got it configured, still have it figured out here. It's no big deal. Little change of plans is all. So I'm going to work on getting some more of this laid out. I guess now that this has changed up the way I'm going to do it. Put those on there. Alright, so I'm going to have kind of a goofy raft here in the beginning. But it will be functional. It will work, so... It's probably going to drag really bad one side to one side, but... I mean, I don't know what else I can do. Ooh, it wants me to place these a good ways away. Okay, so I should have pretty good sails. Probably really didn't want this one on the end. Probably could have just went with those 2 and then put 2 more on that side, and it'll easily take care of the raft and what I need it to do. So 10 cloth. I might have to go on a cloth run. I built this kind of bigger than I normally start off with, but now that I got all the blueprints out for it, I'm going to push it back to shore here. And I do believe my health is actually starting to be affected with my character being so tired. So I've got a decent start on my raft. I am obviously not done yet, but I am going to take my character to sleep because it is actually starting to affect my health. That or I got hurt somewhere just a little bit ago. Either one are very possible. But I am going to go for a full 12-hour rest. And then my large trees are ready. Caught some more seagulls. Alright, so I got my health back. I've got a lot of my energy back. I'm going to save my progress because I have done a few things here. And I'm obviously going to need to get out and farm up some more wood real quick to get this last bit of this raft done for what I need anyway to go anywhere. So I didn't need to be carrying those on me. Just kind of going through stuff here real quick that I should have got rid of earlier. But I kind of got preoccupied with getting that raft started. Because I did know I had a lot of materials there. And getting it started is kind of important to this beginning part. And like I said, I have been going a little overboard on some certain stuff. Just, you don't have to go to the extent that I go on everything. But I kind of try to explain why I do what I do when I do it. Especially when I talked about having the 4 banana trees. So basically you'll have a banana tree for every day once they're grown. And by the time it takes to regrow them, you know, as long as you immediately plant them and you have your cup of water and you immediately set it out, you'll have a banana tree every day. You'll never have a vitamin nutrition problem. And then your rest of your farm here is all just primarily on stuff that you need to grow for crafting, etc. You know, stuff like that for like the drinks, the lemon tea drinks. You'll have berries you can eat for food, and then you'll also have, you know, your stick farm, and then whatever else you want to grow. Like I said, just like these raspberries, they're just purely food, and then these are actually used later on in a recipe. Like I said before, for a pesticide. So, yeah, it's one of those like, how much of an inventory of stuff do you want, and where do you want to keep it? And so back to getting some of this built. I was catching myself stalling there. And actually all my large sticks just came in, so that'll be great for this project. Yes. All the trees but this one. Which is fine. Because I had recently just expanded this, I believe, in one of the last episode a little bit. And got them started. And the bark, like I said, you can use the bark and you can start these trees kind of everywhere if you do outposts, just so you can have large sticks. But again, it kind of leaves me in a spot now where I am really waiting for it to rain. I could use a drink. Pretty much a lot of things in my garden could use a drink that have restarted, especially now all these trees. And you can compost these, of course. I mean, that's not beyond, you know, just getting stuff done. If you want them to grow faster. So, but I'm not really that crazy worried about them. Like I said, I'd rather just plant me a handful of them than I know it's going. I mean, they're eventually going to grow. They don't get pests or nothing, so I've never seen a need to speed grow them. So yeah, I'm just going to run a bunch of these sticks over, and I do need to grab a bunch of cloth. I did believe I had a bit of cloth. I don't think I've even collected all of it off the island yet, though, so I do believe there's more. I think that was all of them that I needed. Grab these sticks. So I've got my sails. I have my rudder. And I have a pretty decent sized raft. You see, I've gotten started. So I've made a really good start into the raft. And of course, it's going to get bigger as time goes. I was kind of seeing if I left any logs laying around. Sometimes I will not collect them all. I'll leave a pile of them laying somewhere. I'm sure I got a pile somewhere around here. Or some stray ones floating around that I just missed. I'm going to actually grab that coconut. I'm going to probably drink it here just because my water levels are getting quite low. Still waiting on that rain. Okay, so I got one large stick left. And I need one log. I'm going to stop here real quick and drink that one coconut. Give me a little hydration to go about and getting this log. And usually there's a stray log right in front of me. Right there. I figured I had one floating around. I'll grab another coconut just in case. That gave me about a quarter of my hydration back. So that helps. I mean, but I just don't want to be tearing through them. And it also topped off my vitamins. And I had to stop and switch there because sometimes the meter on the side, the durability thing, it won't tell you. It kind of doesn't update as your durability is going down. So your durability on your weapon will go down. And when you're building stuff with like the gold and the silver and stuff, I don't like to get it too low because you can basically just recycle it and disassemble it and then reassemble it here, and you get everything back and you can build it again. I know some weapons, they do not give you everything back though, so I probably went right by it. Yep, sure did. Alright, so there we go. Now I got a fresh gold axe again and the gold pickaxe. I have not found any of the blueprints yet. Obviously, I'm still on the first island. I have not even left the first island. I haven't even done any of the adventures, the lore stuff for the first island yet. I literally have come on this island and I've shown you how to get yourself set up. I basically have now set up my encampment or my base. It's basically set for long-term sustainability. Um, I mean, I'm good to go for a while. I don't. There's really nothing as far as survival wise that I should have to worry about. As long as I'm on this island for sure, because I have all the resources and everything I need to last quite some time here. And so now I'm going to go around and collect some lore real quick. Let's shut the door too. Like I said, I think I drank another coconut there. I just kind of totally did it. Didn't thinking. More stray logs. Like I said, I knew I had some floating around. Just keeping that stuff together and kind of stacked up. They come in handy. And honestly, I'm going to grab another one of them just in case I get thirsty while I'm running around so I don't have to stop and cut down a tree. So yeah, we're going to hit up some of these lore stuff and the points of interest on the island really quick. So we're going to head up here. I do believe there is some scrap metal on one of these stairs. I don't think I've been up here yet. Right there. Okay, so now we're going to be in the process of getting the tapes, I believe, and another sticky note. So let me grab everything on the island first, and then I'll kind of zip through it all at the end. And the and the tapes still actually will. I will let them play, obviously, as best I can. Some of them get kind of long. Okay, so there's a power cell and a circuit board up here. And then the tape over here.
Hey, if you're hearing this, things have taken a turn I didn't anticipate. This is your uncle, Seamus. I don't have much time, so I'll keep this brief. I didn't want to drag you or your mother into this mess. But life doesn't always give us a choice. The depths, they were crushing me. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving that burden on you both, so when Mordenpole Inc. came knocking with their offer, I took it. I knew it was risky. I didn't know just how deep the darkness ran, the mission they sent us on. It wasn't just about research. This island, James. It's unlike anything I've ever encountered. The ruins here hold secrets that shouldn't be uncovered. Mordenpole knew that, and they sent us anyway. They sent us to awaken something. We were a team when we started, trained, equipped. But this place, it's not just the elements that are hostile. It's as if the island itself is alive, testing us, preying on our fears, our regrets. One by one, I've watched my team fall. Good people, lost to something I can't even fully understand. I'm alone now, trying to keep the darkness at bay, but it's getting harder. Every step I take feels like it's pulling me deeper into the island's grasp. I've found things, James. Things that should have stayed buried. I'm not sure what Mordenpole is after anymore, but I know it's nothing good. If you're here, if you followed the breadcrumbs I left, I need you to know something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't stronger, that I couldn't protect the people who depended on me. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you and your mother when you needed me the most. I don't know how this will end, but I have to believe there's still hope, that there's still a way to make things right. Just be careful, James. Trust your instincts, and don't let this place take you too.
Okay, so there we have the one of the first tapes, and during the process of while that was playing, I made my way over to, if you were watching, to this branch, and I just kind of stopped and let the tape play out. So you basically want to sneak out here and grab this amulet. This is one of the legendary items. And then I'm going to take it over here. And there should be a Wilson ball right here. And then I like to go right to this edge, kind of aim for that tree, send it down. Yeah, okay. So I know where that went. The necklace shouldn't have bounced, so I ain't too worried about that. And then I don't believe there's nothing else up here. Okay, so now we are prompted to go to the next point of interest to learn more about Seamus and the island and things we're supposed to do, what our job is, our mission. Okay, so the next one is down here. I do believe we got to backtrack here at one point. Gonna pick up the pace here. I really don't need to worry too much about my stamina. I'm not cutting nothing down. Okay, so the next one's over here on the edge of this rock. And get that started.
James, it's Seamus. I hope you're hanging in there. I've discovered something. This island, it's not just home to ancient ruins. There are relics here, yes, but also pirate treasure. The kind of stuff you only read about. Mordenpole sent me here because they knew the legends were true. And I'll admit, that's what pulled me in too. These treasures, they could change everything. They're valuable, but they're also dangerous. There's power in them, something that shouldn't be tampered with. But I can't help thinking, if I could bring just a few of these back, maybe we could finally dig ourselves out of this hole. No more debts, no more struggling. I'm running out of time, James, but I had to leave you this. Happy birthday, kid. I'm sorry I'm not there. I've always been proud of you, and I need you to be smart. If you're hearing this, it means you're already in deep. Be careful, and don't let this place take you down like it's trying to do to me.
Okay, so that is the next tape. And I believe our next point of interest was back up here, it looked like. Yes, like so we backtrack back up here. And we have our next cassette.
James, it's Seamus. If you're hearing this, then somehow you've made it here. I don't know if it's fate or just pure madness on my part, but I had this feeling, this certainty, that you'd end up on this cursed island. Maybe I've lost my mind. Honestly, I'm not sure anymore. I haven't showered in what feels like years, and I can't even remember what it's like to be off this rock. The only thing keeping me grounded is the thought that you might need my help. Traveling out of this region by boat? Forget it. The currents, the storms. Something's keeping us trapped here. But I've been working on something. Something that might actually get you out. A plane. I know it sounds crazy, but I've left instructions. Scattered them all over the island. Blueprints, parts lists, notes, bits and pieces of my sanity, really. I figured it's better to spread them out in case Mordenpole gets their hands on them. Or maybe I'm just trying to keep myself from completely losing it. Look, I don't know where you'll land or what condition you'll be in when you find this. But if you don't already have a way out, use the manual I've left behind. It's not perfect, but it's all I've got. I've spent God knows how long piecing it together, and while I can't guarantee it'll work, it's your best shot. And hey, if you find any of the other blueprints lying around, just know I was probably half mad when I drew them up. But they might just help you out of this hellhole. James, I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me most. But if you've made it this far, you've got a fighting chance. Keep your head straight, follow the plans, and get the hell out of here. And remember, no matter what, I've always been proud of you.
Okay, so during the course of that video, he obviously gives you the escape plan, what you need to do. So basically that's what you're ending up your point at. And while that was going on, I grabbed a couple more post-it notes along the way. And I also made my top way to the next cassette tape. And there's a lantern.
If you're hearing
Uh-oh. Okay, so let me take the lantern back, and then I will see if I can start that last tape again. And the rain that I was waiting for has finally happened. Okay, so let me run out here and grab a drink real quick, and then... and give my guy a little snack to eat. Why not? And then see if I can get this tape started again. Actually, I want to drop off some of this inventory too. Because it's going to bug me if I get the tape started and I remembered all this stuff I just picked up along the way. And honestly, I probably should have left those parts and stuff on top of the tower because you need them up there later on. So I guess it's kind of one of those, catch-22s. Like, if you can bring it down here, then you got to store it, and then you got to take it back up there later to use it. So I probably should have just left it there, honestly. So that might be something to consider too if you're playing. Just leaving the scrap metal and all that stuff up there. Only reason I could really use it right now is if I was, say, I wanted to build a fishing rod or something, I could use the metal. But even when you disassemble the fishing rod, you don't really get back everything, so it's kind of a bum deal. But I did grab the rest of the clay shards from breaking down that one thing, and everything in my garden is watered now, and all of my cups are filled up. So water will never be an issue again. It's going to have to be really dry for water to be an issue. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, everything's looking on the upside here. That was the one rain I was waiting for, and we are good on that. So I'm going to go back in here. Let's see if I can get the... find that cassette I was listening to. Okay, that's my fruits and stuff. Oh, these are the bottle notes. I guess I'll do the bottle note while we're here. If you want to read it, feel free to pause the screen. And then here is the next one. Again, pause the screen if you wish to read it. Go to the radio tower notes. We'll just take care of these while we are here. Like before, just pause the screen. And again, go to the next one. Now I'm just going to kind of slowly scroll through them here. So if you wish to see them, you are happily, like I said, feel free to pause the screen. There's a lot of lore. And so that's the radio tower stuff and the escape stuff. That was... I think the last one is the one... Yeah, okay, the last one here was the one that we were on, I believe.
I want to warn you about. But if I do, I fear I'll burden you more than necessary. I don't want that from you. You've got enough on your plate already. I've left those blueprints scattered around the island. How to build a plane, your ticket out of this hellhole. Use them. Get out of here. Traveling by boat is useless. Something in these waters won't let you leave that way. But before you go, James, I have one last selfish request. I know it's asking a lot. But if you can, grab at least 6 of the treasures hidden on this island before you escape. They're more than just old relics. They might be the only way to make sure Mordenpole doesn't get their hands on them. And maybe, just maybe, they can help you and your mother start fresh. But that's it, James. Don't chase the mysteries of this place. They're not worth it. Mordenpole, this island, the secrets it holds, it's all a trap. I got caught up in it, and now I'm paying the price. But you still have a chance. Take those treasures, get back to your mother. It's bad enough I left her. Don't let her lose her only son, too. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry for everything. But I need you to survive. That's what matters now. And if you do, forget about Morton Holt. Forget about this cursed place and live your best life. That's all I want for you. Be smart and get the hell out of here.
Alright, so that is the last message where he wants you to grab the relics. So that is your other task. And then while that has all been going on, I've just been going around and was doing some foraging, collecting some mushrooms here of the different ones. Of those mushrooms, the only ones you can eat are the big white ones. All the other stuff is used for different stuff in recipes and repellents and such. So, you know, beyond the big white ones, the other stuff is stuff that's not even edible. And like I said, I've even collected one before in my other parts of this playthrough. So I'm not really sure if they respawn. So that's kind of why I was collecting them. I was letting the video or the audio tape play out for you, and I figured, you know what, I might as well just go ahead and grab these. And actually, I had my metal over there, so I'm gonna grab those and put them with the rest of it. As you can see, I'm kind of running out of places to put certain things because I kind of use the table up for my bars, my refined bars of metal. I think I'm just going to use this area over here for these different mushrooms. And like I said, these have crafting purposes, and I don't really know if they respawn. So that's kind of the other thing I was trying to see is, you know, do they respawn? And I don't need the coconut with me no more. We've had rain. All the traps are full. One of the banana trees is done. Actually, two of them are done. And I lost the plant here. I'm not sure what I was growing here, but I lost it. I think I was growing a potato plant. Why and why? Yep, it was. I was growing a potato plant there and I lost it. Well, ain't that a shame? So now I gotta go dig up another potato plant. So let's go take care of that real quick. And did I ever take those beaks off me? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's go get another potato plant. And I got a couple planters there set up so I'll probably move them to the other side so that I can have two at least at a time. And I need to bring that back and the Wilson ball back. I wonder where the Wilson ball went. Shot off this way. Is that it way down there? I made some good distance. That was a good toss from up there. Even though it rolled most of the way, but still. Yeah, I want to get these back. And I do think there is, I believe, 3 of the Wilson balls that I know of in the game. Scattered about. Okay, back to what I was doing here. Mad dashing across the island. Because I threw the Wilson ball and the relic down here and I just totally didn't think about it. But there is actually some more stuff to get. I just want to get this stuff back. I'm going to do just a pinch more of the rest of the little bit of lore that's on here. Alright, so add that to my pile of treasures. Yeah, I never shut the door. You have nothing to worry about in the game as far as something attacking your base or getting inside. So the door is purely just aesthetics. Um, I don't. I think this is a sticky note. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it's the plane repair manual. Okay, so now we have the manual for repairing the plane. Now we just got to find all the blueprints for the parts of the plane that we need. And I want to grab my potato plant while I'm here. Alright, and go back and get some more potatoes started. See, potatoes, they have a pretty short lifespan, so it's kind of one of them, like, if you got potatoes, you kind of got to grow them, and you almost need to grow like a handful of them, just in case you lose one. So I'm going to take these 2 down here at the end, and I'm going to put potatoes here so I have at least 2 plants of it going all the time. Just in case I lose one, then I still have another one to go. So I can just drop my water on it. And see, this is the best way I've seen for water. The clay pots, they boost your crafting skill early. You can, make a bunch of them. I don't think clay's really used for too much in the game. So clay pots it is, all day long. And then I will even compost them really quick. Well, I got the spade here. Let's get that done so we speed the growth time up and help prevent them from getting any disease. Alright, there. We cut that down to half a day's grow time. And this has pests. And yeah, that's pretty much all that stuff. Okay, so the potatoes are good to go. I have a couple potatoes in my pocket. Let's drop this. We got how much in our compost? 6, so we need 4. So let's just drop 4 pieces of something in here. And for some reason it's not letting me pick nothing up. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I want to save the manure. 4. And yeah, I want to save the manure for later on. It can be used in crafting recipes. And it's one of those things that... Okay, so all my plants just got done. It's one of those things that if you got a lot of stuff to compost, which there is, that you really don't need to use it. You can save it for those crafting recipes. And if you kill off all the animals, I don't think it really pops up too much. I haven't really seen it kind of like once it's gone, like once the bigger animals are gone, because you've taken all the turtles off the islands, or you've taken, I don't know what the respawn rate is but I've just noticed that once I kind of removed a bunch of the bigger critters, you just don't see it no more. I could easily be missing it, so it could just be me. It likely is just me. I don't know. But I know the game, like I said, is not finished. I really enjoy the game, but it ain't done yet, so... And which is awesome, because that means they're still working on it, improving it, and doing things to it, and it is, for the most part, playable. But there's a lot of certain things where there's only one of, and you got to know where it's at. Otherwise, you will miss out on it. You can't finish the game. Which, my character is really, really tired again, but I did get in a fairly good day's worth of stuff done around my little home here. And so I did get that 12 hours nap in, and I still have a quarter energy. So, and it's almost 4 p.m., so if I want to get another 12 hours of sleep, I usually like to do it about 4, so I get up at 4, my character does, and then your daylight is right then, and you have the beginning start of the full day right there ready to go. And your character is fully rested. So I'm just trying to hurry up and get a little bit of cooking in. My character's body temperature is on the warm side, but I'm thinking that is from when I drank the that boiled lemon tea grass stuff earlier, and it's never really cooled off because I did kind of hide from the rain. And cook up the last of these potatoes. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh, rotten bird meat. Well, that might have been laying up here from before. If you set it on the grill, you forget about it for too long, it rots. It falls off the grill and it'll fall in behind it. So that could have easily... There might be more back there. I've had it happen a few times, let's say. And I do want to immediately get it out of my inventory. I don't want that. Okay, get that out of my inventory. Okay, so got a pocket full of cooked meat and potatoes. I'm actually going to eat one of the potatoes here. And it is 4 o'clock, and I'm going to give my character a good nap here. Let's see if I can't fully charge up my energy bar there with a 12-hour sleep. It should pretty much top it out or get really close. No? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it topped it out. So I'm going to save it. We made a lot of good progress yesterday. Doing really good. Like I said, got a boat built. Got a bunch of stuff done as far as the lore. And there is just about a pinch more lore left to go on the island here, I believe. Let me get my character's food and hunger issue out of the way. Not that it is that great, but I'd rather not have it if I don't have to. Alright, there we go. Almost all my meters are full. I mean, I could even eat this. And then, yeah, top the veggie one off. Alright, we're good to go. So let's run over real quick, and I thought I seen if there was another item over here to pick up. And if not, there might be some more stray supplies on the beach that I have not yet picked up on this side. And there's some more rain, so that'll be good. That'll help top off anything else. Okay, I'm not seeing no more points of interest. So I think we pretty much got all of them. And I think we also did start collecting some of the junk stuff along the beach prior. I'm going to grab the metal sheets this time around. I know there's a handful of them over here. Alright, so I've already got a handful. And any cloth, because I am, there's a ton of cloth in the game, but I just used a lot of it for all of my sails and stuff. And if I do to build more at some point, I'm going to need more. Miss anything over here? No. Like I said, lemongrass is great to start farming with. As you've seen, there's a bunch of it, and there's like about 10 grabs. There's handfuls, 10 pieces in each one of the bushels as it grows. So you get a lot of chances to work with it and plant it and increase your farming skill quick. That and the trees, as I said before, the trees are great for increasing your farming skill quick. Okay, so we'll just put that there. It'll probably come in handy at some point. When you're out in the rain, it does start bringing your body's body temperature down. So, and granted, a lot of times you can avoid it, and it's not that bad. And like I said, your big white mushrooms you can eat. I don't think they spoil ever, so you can kind of just stack them and hang on to them. I don't think they rejuvenate. They respawn on the island. I'm not 100% sure on that. But the last time I've not seen them respawn, but I've never totally cleaned out a group like I just did a little bit ago to see if they come back. So okay, so my potato plants this time around, this one has a flying pest, and this one is healthy. So that's good news. And they're both done. So this one will give me 2, and this one will give me like 4 or 5 potatoes. And then this, I believe, had pests too. So there's a couple things. But like I said, my stick farm is ready. So I want to harvest me up some small sticks real quick. And I always look at it as this pretty much future fuel and building supplies. You know, stuff that, they're going to come in handy for. You need them, and it's better than breaking down your logs, because there is no way to farm logs, and you can easily see you can farm sticks pretty easily. But it's one of those things where I always suggest definitely do your your composting on them. So I'm going to hurry up and run through that and compost them all. I'm moving kind of fast. But I do want to have them all composted and ready to go so that they grow fast, and then I have another batch of sticks ready to go. Okay, so that is done. I need eight pieces in my compost here. So probably got enough beaks. My spade wants to bounce away there. If anything, I can get some more here real quick. And that's another thing about, if you can cut a banana tree down a day, you have ample compost here. And you got bananas. So you have 2 bananas every day that you could use. Which, speaking of, I'm going to make sure I just keep eating. I have obviously ample sources of food, so there's no reason why my character shouldn't just consume. Okay, so I'm going to try to build just a little bit more onto this boat. I want to build a drop box, and I don't like the drop boxes being in front of me, so that means I'm going to add some more wood raft sections. Well, going to try to add. Alright, so I got some more wood raft sections added, and now my boat's going to try to drown me. But it's okay. We'll get out of there. Alright, so I got some more wood raft sections. And I'm going to... Basically, I've built one side of this boat now. And now I just got to build the other side, the other matching side. Because my rudder will essentially be in the middle. And I don't know why I ran all the way onto the boat. Didn't make much sense to me neither after I realized I did it. Okay, so off to grab a few more logs. And I don't care, I will just cut them if I have to, that's not a big deal. My stamina regeneration is pretty high right now, so I'm not too crazy worried about, you know, if I have to cut some down. Alright, run back and grab some more. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to build on here that I know I'm going to need is I want to get me a huge drop box. So 8 large sticks, 6 logs, 4 metal, and 6 rope. It's a definite task, but it is something I definitely want on this boat. Because now that they got these lids on them, it's golden. And I like to put them on this backside, just like that. Because then when I am sailing, I don't have to look at it. I can see where I'm going. Okay, so now to get all this stuff together, 4 metal sheets and 6 ropes. I can probably grab all that real quick. I do believe I probably have to go grab a yucca tree here and make some rope. So let's just go ahead and just start with doing that. I might have had enough, but I probably did. I'm usually pretty good about keeping the excess supplies around. I had 4 there. No, I didn't. Well, good call. Spin this all real quick. I think I might have 6. Pretty sure of it. Wasn't really keeping super close count. And grab the metal sheets. And of course ones I had here. That's 4. So that's 2 of the items it needs right offhand. Alright, so large sticks and logs. And I have kind of deforested this whole part of the island. I do still have that other part. So I'm not too worried about like any resources yet. I still got a little bit left over here too, so I haven't been gone too crazy with cutting everything down, but I have gone through a lot. Like I said, I did build a bigger house in the beginning there. Instead of just building a small tent or shed or something, I actually built a, you know, just a small moderate base. I believe it was a 3x3. And yeah, just using that. I mean, your base isn't something, you know, it's a place to kind of store the main stakes and your main supplies and stuff, and have yourself set up to where you can basically survive. And then I do little outposts everywhere I tend to go from there out. So as I will play through and go to other islands, I will set up outposts on those islands to survive. Which I probably am not going to travel to another island in this episode. That will be my next episode. I'm going to start making headway to other islands. And checking them out and setting up on other islands. Okay, so the log part is done. Now I just need large sticks. And I did use a bunch of them when I was doing the boat. So but you can already see how having growing those trees has already helped. It was trading a bunch of logs for a unlimited supply of large sticks. And I think I have just enough. I think there was 2 left. But I am going to have to stay on top of them for a minute so that they will... I want to fill up, you know, put another run of them into that there and then into my holder and then have them growing again before I leave. So it's probably going to be at least another day or so before I actually leave this island. And in that time, I'm just going to continue to work on any other little odds and ends and stuff that I need to do to be set up. Like, I would like to get this set up here to where I have a additional med kit with me, more or less, and some additional supplies. So I want to grab one of these, and I want to grab a piece of cloth, and I want to make the palm frond bandage. It's one thing I like to store in there because there's a few things I keep in there, but I'll use it to carry stuff back and forth a lot. So I like to keep that in there, and then I like to keep about 2 coconuts in there. So there's some water, and they're also food. And then as far as anything else goes, I really don't keep too much in there, I don't think. I might keep a coffee in there once I start making coffee, but I have not come across coffee beans yet, so I have not started farming coffee yet. Oh. Kind of overshot that there a little bit. Alright. Where was I? Okay, so what I want to drop in here. 2 coconuts. And my potato rotted on me. And a palm frond bandage. So 2 coconuts and the palm frond bandage, if I can say it. And actually, I will leave a couple pieces of rope in here. That's not a bad thing to have in here neither. It's better to have a couple pieces of rope than to not. And then close that up, and that should be secured in there. So it's not going to float out or anything, so it should not bounce out. I mean, I have had little glitches where stuff still falls out, but with the lid has been a lot better than without the lids. Alright, so my to-go kit is pretty much ready. Just going to go through and collect my essentials from these again. And like I said, this place is set up so that you have pretty much all the meat you need, and you have you can farm the fuel you need and the food you need that way. You have multiple sources of nutrition. So I mean, you have a bit of everything here, right? You know, so you're pretty set. I mean, there's and see, I even use these cups. I might as well use them while I got them here. And water up all my sticks so they start growing. Get them back on the grow. Then I don't have nothing here, but I do have the ginger plant here. I'm just kind of burning time right now. I'm really waiting for the sticks to go through their cycle here. So I got 29 hours left. So tomorrow, ooh, we do have something else over here. Got a sticky note. Another sticky note. And then there's the car. I guess I could do that actually while I'm waiting. This is going to need to be rebuilt. Just to take the car down, it takes the whole thing. Alright. So this is going to take about a bajillion hits. Get a little bit of my stamina back. And back at it again. Get that stamina back again a little bit, and let's finish it off here. And my hammer is just about done. As you can see, I didn't really get much from it. You figured a whole car would give you a little bit more than just one cooling unit. Oh, and I believe a power cell. Is there something hidden right there? I don't know, I'm not seeing a lot. And I think I even broke the hammer. Yeah, I even broke the hammer. So I need to make another hammer. Which, that's not no big deal. Okay, so I got another hammer. Alright, so we just basically seen that the car gave me nothing. And yeah, I do believe there's still a couple more items around the island here. But I do believe I'm going to call this a episode for the day. I just wanted to do a little update on just the next little part of my adventure here. I think my next episode is going to consist of me leaving the island and going and exploring our first island. And seeing what kind of goodies we can come across there. So I am, as we've seen, I have had myself set up for it. I've got all the odds and ends that I believe I'm going to need, and hopefully we're gonna. Well, I know we're gonna find some more blueprints, probably find some more artifacts, stuff to that nature, and have ourselves ready to basically go. I mean, we'll be ready to go to the just go from there, expand some more on the raft, and at some point in the near future. I don't really think I'm going to expand too crazy much more on my little shack here. It's kind of set up the way I want it, and as far as this side goes, I mean, if I ever needed more large sticks, I obviously have room for expansion. I still have wood left on the island. I think I pretty much have cleaned the island. There might be an item or two left that I have not come across yet, but I do believe I have grabbed most of everything on the island because I've grabbed the necklace, I've grabbed the lantern, and I've grabbed the shield. I think that is the three main things on the island. There is some stuff in the pirate ship. Oh, and I also got the Wilson head. Sorry, he's rolling around. But I do believe on the pirate ship that is close by, it's on one side or the other, there's some stuff. And then on the opposite side of wherever the pirate ship is, there is the submarine, which you have to go down and break the hinges off. And I do believe there's some weapons and stuff in there. Just the best thing to do if you go in there is go down unarmed with no weapons in your hand, because sometimes you cannot get past the stairs swimming with weapons in your hand. So that is one of those little bugs that needs to still get fixed out of the game. But I just wanted to give you the heads up on that if you go swimming for that. We still need to do those fun objects too. I know to go down to the pirate ship, you pretty much need to have shark repellent. As far as going down to the submarine, I think you can get away with doing it without shark repellent. I have before. I've actually never had a problem where a shark has attacked me. Going to the submarine, not saying that it can't happen, but I myself have not had an issue with it. Just cleaning up my inventory here. I do got that rotten potato I need to get rid of. And some more of the parts. And like I said, just cleaning stuff up here before I call it a wrap on this episode, so then we start the next episode. We are ready to jump right into whatever's next. And I am not going to eat the stuff that I've already got, so there's no point in having even more. So yeah, I've gotten to the point where I just start letting some of the meat specifically spoil. So I guess we can call this was kind of a lore episode. So I'm going to cut it off there. I want to thank everybody again that's made it through the episode. Thank you very much for the like and subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. Help grow my channel. Help improve my algorithm. So again, I hope you like Project Castaway. This was version 1.49. And I'm glad to have you, friends. And I hope to see you again soon. I will work on getting the next part of this episode out probably here after the weekend. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody out there. And I will see you very soon. Happy gaming, everybody.